Hello friends, welcome back. So today we are going to start with a very important chapter, and that is working with algebraic expressions. So see, this is the part where algebra 1 or algebra in whole starts, okay? So from this part onwards, it will be very important lectures to understand and see that how it originally works. And if you are clear with your algebra portion for mathematics, so whenever you are going for research or for engineering studies or scientific or we call it STEM studies, so it will be very helpful to you because it will clear a very base of mathematics in your mind, okay? And you will be able to solve physics questions using this also. So it is very important in short. And let's start, not wasting further time. So working with algebra, as you are seeing, it is written in fancy colors. The content of this chapter is what are algebraic expressions. I will just scroll down to the content and then we'll start one by one taking each and every content in detail. Okay, so what you can do is you can, if you want to write this content, you can pause the video and write these 4 points, and I'm scrolling ahead, and then you can again pause it and write it again. So then different types of expressions. What is operation on expression? Operation on expression means what sorry, what we can do, means what operations like subtraction, addition, multiplication, division on expressions, if there are various expressions present, so how we can multiply it, divide it, and all that. Okay, how can we combine different types of expressions? Okay, so there are different types of expressions, and how we combine it. What is factorization? You might have studied factoring a number. Like there are two types of numbers, prime number and composite numbers. So what we do is we always factorize the composite number so that we are able to make it in a multiplication form, or we can say product form of prime number. So it is called factorization. General expressions of multiples of expression means there are few general expressions, and there are expansions like whole square, whole cube, and all that, and how to apply it in your regular solving. Fractional expressions and fraction of fractions. So it is a very fancy term again. Fraction of fraction means if there are two fraction in fraction of each other, like it is given half of half. So I will write half divided by half. Okay. So what is half of half? So if there is a half, that is my zero point 0.5. So half of zero point 0.5 will be 0.25, right? So here I can write 0.25. Or also there is a method, specific method how to solve this type of questions. So we'll study when we are on the 8th point of the class. Okay. So this is again, I want to just tell you this is a very important chapter, and I hope each and everyone will start watching these videos. Plus, what you have to do is, see, whenever you are studying my lectures, I'm delivering like more than content required in a single class. Means if there's a 10 minute of class, then I will deliver 12 to 15 minutes of content in that. And for that, you have to grasp it, right? And if whenever you are I am teaching and you are being receptive and you are studying it, so we tend to forget things as we are human being, right? So what you have to do is you have to take a pen and notebook with you, not digital, only simple pen and notebook, and start making notes. Okay, how will you make notes? So you have to write each and everything which I am teaching you. Sometimes what happen is there are few things which I don't write here. Means very few things which I don't write, but I say that okay, this is the thing you have to study, or this is the thing you have to study. So you need to write that part also. I hope are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you, so that you will be able to, whenever you want, let's say there is exam after 10 days. So now you won't be seeing my videos again, right? So what you will do, when if you have written your own notes, you can just revise it, revisit it. And it is a human nature that whatever thing we have done, like I am writing something, and whenever I will read this, so I will remember, okay, this was the point, this was the point, because we have a writing memory also. Okay, And let's say some students have a very bad memory and they find they have a hard times memorizing things. So what they can do is they can write it down once or twice, and they can try to remember it. And see, if then also you are having problem to memorize few things. See, what is memorizing? Memorizing it means we have to we have to insert it in our subconscious mind. Okay, means it should be present in our mind, so that when we need that portion or when we need that concept to solve any question in our life, we can use it. Fine. So the first thing is you can write it down. So so make it a point or make it a habit to make notes whenever I'm teaching you. So whenever you are seeing my video, I will recommend you to sit with a pen and notebook. And if you are having any doubt, you can let me know in the comment section. I will be happy to help you. There is my mail ID mentioned in the about of my about section of my channel. You can go there and you can mail me your doubts, and many things are possible. Okay, so this was the second thing. And then also, if you are having hard time, you are facing a hard time memorizing few things, what you can do is you can revise it daily. Means whenever we are ill, so we take pills, right? After lunch, before lunch, after dinner, before dinner, wha- whatever the doctor has prescribed. So this is also a pill. What is the pill? You have to study it twice or thrice a day. That means in, let's say, in morning you just revisited the concept once by just glancing at it. In afternoon you revisited the concept by glancing, and at the end of the day, that is at night time or evening time, what you can do is you can just write it down once and just repeat it for 3 days. I can assured, I can guarantee you that after 3 days you will comment in the video and say yes, it is remembered. That means you have remembered the topic. Okay, because see, after studying, let's say you have a car, you have a Bugatti Veyron. Okay, now what if you are not able to use that car? Is that car of any use? No, it's there just for show off, right? So the main purpose of the car is to drive, to move, to take you from one place to another. If you are not driving that car, that means it's not useful to you, right? So similarly applies to our knowledge and concept. If you are not using our knowledge and concept and all the theories and all that thing, what is the use of studying it, right? So if you want to, if you are intended, if you want to use that concept further in your life, so what you need to do is you need to memorize. See, first of all, you will understand the concept. I'm not telling you to just mog up and just go in the exam. No, I'm telling you first understand the concept. There are few terms which you will find hard to recall in certain conditions. Okay, if you are sitting in exam, you are very much stressed, and this might happen that you forget the basic understanding or basic concept behind that. So during that times, what we can do is, for to face those times, we will study, like it is said that to, there are two type of thing. Either you can prevent a disease, or I can either you can cure a disease, right? So always it is better to prevent a disease than to cure a disease, right? Because after curing also there will be some damage, but if you are just preventing it from happening only, there will be no damage. So similarly, it applies to our life also. There are certain situations. What we can do is either that situation occurs and then we try to solve it. So that is also a good option. That is also required. Or else we can take necessary actions beforehand so that there are no chances of that situation happening in our life. So in the second part, that is, we can take certain steps before the situation happens to prevent that situation. That is the that is the best way that is the best way to deal with some problems. Okay, so in mathematics also, what I will recommend you is just study the concept, and if there are some important formulas or some basic concepts or some basic theories, what you can do is first you study it, then you study up to that level. Actually, I will also again substitute the word memorize with study up to that level. Study up to that level. You have to study that content up to that level such that you don't need to memorize also. Means it will be in your mind automatically. Are you getting my point? So we'll start in the next class. We'll start with this chapter. I'll see you then.